Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to yet another amazing episode of the Great Debaters Contest, the show where we don't raise our voice,
but improve our arguments.
I am your host, Esperanza Kapanga.
And I am Chris Buru. Debating the motion on a healthcare system, we have Apostles of Jesus, Kiserian Seminary, proposing the motion that says a good healthcare system is the backbone of any economy.
Opposing this motion is Blessed Generation School.
Who will have a better say? Let's wait and see.
Proposer number 1, you have 3 minutes.
Proposing the motion. A good healthcare system is the backbone of any economy. I'm Joshua Wero from the Apostles of Jesus Kiserian Junior Seminary. A good vehicle seizes the difficultness of a journey. A good healthcare system is that delivers quality services to people wherever and whenever they need them. A good healthcare system continues to evolve as a fundamental drive and a backbone of economical growth. To my first point, a good healthcare system is virtual. It means that the population has access to combat illnesses and therefore there are no financial burdens because of healthcare and on country and industries due to a reliable workforce. This generates to thriving economy. For example, the World Health Organization, also known as WHO, continues to commend France on its health system, and France has a GDP, meaning the general development profits of around 2.8 trillion US dollars. The OECD observers also cements the idea how the economy depends on a strong healthcare system. Through the data they collect, they state a 10% increase in life expectancy creates of economic growth around 0.5% to 0.6% an year. If you have a good hospital equipped with all facilities which are necessary, the level best of medication is offered. Therefore, I don't see how you will go to outside countries going to search what they so-called good healthcare, whereas in your own country you have that healthcare which is better than the service which they are giving unto you. Therefore, using a lot of money outside, this is through traveling all the time in and out, whereas the same money you can use on paying a hospital bill without even traveling. Yes, I wonder, guys, if you understand.
First proposer, you have 3 minutes for your examination in chief.
Leo ni siku yako, cheza na mwenzako. Yeah, when the whole world is silent, even one voice becomes powerful. On stage is Benedict Simiyu from Blessed Generation, and I'm here to oppose the motion that says a good healthcare system is the backbone of the nation. On to my first point, good governance. Good governance refers to the holistic concept involving all spheres of the government, the private sector, and the civil society. And the interrelationship among these three poles leads to a good governance, for they ensure integrity, equality, and justice. In a situation whereby people lack good governance, you find that they are likely to suffer. It is worthwhile to note that even in the health sector, there is bad governance. Report summoned by Peter Warutere, as on January 23rd this year, Allow me to cite it. It states that the health workers were protesting over sexual harassment of female patients at the Kenyatta National Hospital. One of the weakest links was poor and archaic management. So, if I may ask, why should we develop a good healthcare system without ensuring that there is a good governance in the health sector? On to my second point, environmental condition. On 2016, Ban Ki-moon agreed that climate change is destroying our path to sustainability. For instance, floods have displaced over 211,000 people and killed more than 72 this year. Since 25th April, this report is in accordance to the UN Officer for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs. The floods have disrupted livelihoods, destroyed houses, and killed more than 6,000 livestock. It has also led to the destruction of infrastructure. Therefore, I must say that apart from a good healthcare system, also there are some factors which have contributed to a good healthcare system. Thank you.
Second proposer, you have 3 minutes for cross-examination.
I am Isaiah Collins, an apostle of Jesus for the Kiserian Junior Seminary. First of all, that voice that my friend here was saying can only be heard through good healthcare system. Let me tell you, you cannot deliver good governance when your state is not offering the best level of healthcare system. Former President of the United States of America, Barack Hussein Obama, knew how important healthcare system was to the economy. In 2009, he stated that good healthcare contributed to a sixth of the United States of America's general development profit. In 2010, the Patient Protection and Affordable Care Act, the Obamacare, was passed, and a few years later, the healthcare spending increased by 3.9% and produced around 500,000 jobs in the sector. This is only one example of how important the healthcare system is to the economy. Consider through the technology, we can come to get equipment such as the gamma ray equipment, the defibrillator, and the rest. This, however, help in treating and curing the people of a particular nation. These cured people get back on their heels with a donkey's hard work. He will act his duty to the nation to his fullest. Thus, this will boost the economy, for the manpower will be increased. Healthcare spending not only relates to government initiatives, but to consumers. A reliable healthcare system means people will put their money into the healthcare system, whether that be personal customer costs like insurance, retail items such as prescriptions, or a hospital bill. This is good for the economy. I believe that a good healthcare is the backbone of any economy, and that in order for any nation to have a powerful economy, they need a good healthcare for their citizens. Thank you.
Second opposer, you have 3 minutes for your examination.
Ladies and gentlemen, I stand on this podium of democracy to strongly oppose this motion that goes, a good health care system is the backbone of the economy. What is the use of this health care system when we have bad roads, when we have road unworthy vehicles that day by day take the lives of young people, the young people who will have been the future, who will have helped in the future development of the economy? What is the work of this health care system when we don't have good education, when we live like bushmen, who don't know what we are doing. What is the work of it when we have this animal called corruption that is invading our land, Kenya? Ladies and gentlemen, and to my first point, good roads and infrastructure. This is according to the research done by the modern Ghana. What is the work of roads? Is indeed to link between different geographical regions of the world? And then another question comes in. Why are the Western countries and the Asian countries more developed than the African countries? This is because they have realized the importance of roads, the benefits behind roads. That's why some of those countries like Korea, they are fighting day in, day out to have good road system and infrastructure. Ladies and gentlemen, once we are, these countries, the Western countries, they have good roads, they have good ports, they have good railways. And this ensures that medicine is transported to the right places. The doctors go to the right places where they're supposed to work. The patients are taken to different hospitals. This is because of the good roads and infrastructure that we should have in our country. Ladies and gentlemen, these good roads and infrastructure will also ensure that there is mobility of workers. They will ensure that there is access to the market and there is education. Because you cannot set a slaughterhouse in our remote area and you expect that meat to be transported to the market. That cannot happen. You cannot set up a university in a rural area where we don't have access to roads and you expect people to go there. People cannot go there. My second point is about good quality education. This is a research that was conducted by the University of Nairobi. Are doctors manufactured? My opponents, they are not manufactured. These people need to get educated. We need to stop this issue whereby doctors are injecting bad vaccines to the people and people are dying. Ladies and gentlemen, why do we need good education? One man in the ways of the world by the name Abraham Lincoln said that if we want to lead good lives, we need to have good education. Ladies and gentlemen, good education ensures that we have good chances in getting employment, in decision making, in taking people from bottom to the top, because these people are going to get employed. My opponents, why do we go to school? We go to school so that we may get educated. To get educated so that we may eradicate poverty, we may become rich, we may become popular. So that means that education is very important in the development of the economy. Another animal that we need to eradicate to ensure that there is economy is to curb corruption. Corruption is the misuse of money. We have seen doctors stealing medicine. We have seen NYS money being stolen. We have seen the Ministry of Health money is being stolen. We have seen education, the CDF, the angry wolves who are just taking the money. Once we ensure these things are kept in order, there is going to be economic growth in our country. My name is Edward, Blessed Generation High School.
For the question session, the proposers have been asked, how do they expect our country to have a good healthcare system if our government is incompetent in the division of funds for different sectors? The opposers have been asked, where do they expect us to get manpower if our healthcare system is poor, thus our mortality rates are high? Proposer number 3, you have 3 minutes to answer the question.
You cannot make mango juice from a guava tree. Here, the mango is the motion of the day that a good healthcare system is the backbone of any economy. Well, you asked about the government. You and me compose of the government of issues. It is through me and you that we can boost the health. We squander the money, me and you together, okay? Well, they said about education. I cannot go to school to get education when I know that I have a violent watery diarrhea. I need good healthcare system to be able to get education. He talked also about building slaughterhouses. Let me tell you for one thing, in the slaughterhouse, we slaughter animals, not plants. And the meat that we get from the animals help us in proteins that boost our health.
the healthcare spending has to take into account the benefits of technology in terms of acquiring advanced equipment and educating health professions on how to use it. This technology includes instruments for non-invasive surgery, which results in more effective treatment and less suffering for the patients. As a result, this means people can contribute more to society without worrying about their health, which can only be a good thing for a country. Well, I cannot pass along the corridors of staff room if I know that that teacher will hit me like a golf. The same, I cannot work and contribute to the society. Thus, this will lead to the economy. If I knew that there is no good health care in my particular country, take for instance, I'm a South African by nationality. I cannot contribute to the South African economic development. That is why I am here in Kenya, where I know no matter how hard I contribute to the economy of Kenya, I will still get that good health system that will help me in developing my health. Maybe, let's say you stay in the Amazon forest, that's why you are disagreeing and you are refusing to sing along with us here. Good health system is the root and backbone of our country, Kenya. And for one thing, obedience and respect is what we have. Time. Let me obey time. Thank you.
Third opposer, you have 3 minutes to answer your question.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, may I first start by responding to the question. Well, we all know that an apple a day keeps the doctor away. So what I can connect is that when you keep yourself healthy by having the right nutrients, number 2, by observing hygiene of the highest standard, then I don't see the need of telling people that they are going to be sick, because you will have first and foremost the right nutrients, which means the body shall get the right nutrients, hence supporting its immune. Then you cannot tell me that all people shall be sick, hence lacking the manpower. That one is a true lie. From the proposing team, I can learn something. This is the reason as to why we have quack doctors in our society, because they are not educated. So the first thing that is supposed to be observed is education. For them to become doctors and qualified doctors, they have to be educated. Or rather than we are going to have quack doctors, whereby they operate on someone, hence letting that person die. And I would request the proposing side, if at all you would allow me, right now we take or we transport ourselves or we travel to Wajir so that we can conduct this debate. Are you ready? We transport or we travel to Wajir? Why don't you agree that we go to Wajir? This connects to the first point about security. For the factor has to be considered is security. If at all it couldn't be for security, we couldn't be here. Are we right? So security is a core factor to be considered. If at all it wasn't for security, then I don't think if at all of us could be here. Everyone could have run for him or herself. Then security, we find that there are various incidents happening. Wajir, people are being killed as if they're animals. This is evidence that security is a core factor. And Makio, when we look at the bill of Kenya, how much was allocated for health sector? 54.9 billion, while for security it was 212 billion, which means there was a main reason for them to do that. Then employment also is a factor that should be considered. We cannot pay taxes if at all we are not employed, which means first and foremost we should be employed for us to be able to pay tax to the government. John Bayer from Blessed Generation, thank you.
Proposition, you have 1 minute to wrap up your case.
Is the motion talking really about Wajir here? As in the Wajir economy? I pity you. Let me not just skin you again, because I believe I have done so already. For some countries, there are challenges they face, like lack of funds to buy health equipment. A country like Kenya, where we depend on aid mostly to receive equipments to boost our health. Consider countries such as the US, where they are advantaged in terms of money. They buy the equipment themselves. So here, to be neutral, at least in favor of our brothers here, I think we should not argue. We are friends. You are my brother, I'm your brother. For one thing, Kenya needs me, it needs you. You are Kenya, the future Kenya, the Kenya we need. Together, let us join our hands together towards improving the health of our Kenya, which we are targeting in the Vision 2030. Thank you, Christopher Bridges from the Apostles of Jesus Kiserian Junior Seminary.
Opposition, you have 1 minute for your final submission.
In accordance to Martin Luther King Jr., he said that our lives begin to end when we become silent about things that matter. My fellow was talking about the legal political. We find that he is talking about security. In Wajir, there is no security. Therefore, it becomes difficult for other people to invest. Therefore, the economy of Kenya is somehow pulled down. It is said that if you want to go fast, you go alone. At the same time, it is said that if you want to go far, you go together. Therefore, I ask you, ladies and gentlemen, to work with us, because there are a number of factors which contribute to the growth of our economy. And such factors include security, good health care is among, good governance, quality education, and employment. Therefore, work with us and we shall go far all together. Thank you. Benedict Simiyu from Blessed Generation.
To Apostles of Jesus, I think a lot has been said and you've been here before, and so please take note of that. However, you want to be careful not to appear casual, especially when you are on stage. And I think the first and second speaker, yes, you give very good speeches, but you don't want to read too much because that tells us about your mastery of the topic. To Blessed Generation, you gave a good fight and we want to commend you. And to both teams, it's good to note that debate is an art. And anything that is an art can be learned, and by practice you get better. All right? So I want to commend the fact that you managed to do this. And it's good to note, especially for Benedict and Edward, that you're very passionate. You're very passionate. So now with art and of learning how to constantly keep on even improving your public speaking skills, you become way better. And I look forward to even seeing you better speakers even in the next debates. All the best to both teams.
At the end of every debate, we have the numbers to give out. Pick the winner and pick the learner. We have 61% and we have 58% today. And the winning school is Blessed Generation Secondary School. Let's give them a round of applause, please. Let's also appreciate Apostles of Jesus Kiserian.
Congratulations to both teams. Remember, the Great Debaters Contest, there's no loser. There's just a winner and a lesson learned. Remember to also keep the conversation going on our social media handles, #GDC4SDGs, and aim to implement at least a single SDG to make Kenya a better place. And here from the Great Debaters Contest, want to wish you well. Until next time, I'm your host, Chris Boru.
And I am Esperance Kapanga. Catch you next time.